Every morning, a bird came back to the exact same place. Same tree, same branch, same silence. It would sit there quietly, scanning the sky, as if it was waiting for someone. Minutes turned into hours, hours turned into days, and days turned into weeks. But the bird it was waiting for never returned. At first, scientists thought this was just coincidence, maybe habit, maybe instinct, nothing more. But after years of observation, something strange started to emerge. This was not random behavior. It looked like waiting. And even more disturbing, it looked like remembering. Because what scientists eventually discovered changed everything we thought we knew about birds. Birds may not just recognize each other. They may actually form real social bonds, friendships, loyalty, and possibly even emotional attachment far deeper than we ever imagined. So the question becomes, do birds have best friends? And if they do, what does that mean about their minds? Welcome back to Bird IQ World. If you're fascinated by bird intelligence, animal behavior, and the hidden science behind nature's smartest creatures, you're in the right place. Before we go deeper into today's story, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Because on this channel, we don't just look at birds, we uncover what they might actually be thinking. Now let's continue. For a long time, scientists believed birds were simple creatures driven by survival instincts. Find food, avoid predators, build nests, repeat. But modern research has completely changed this view. Birds are now recognized as some of the most intelligent animals on Earth, and one of the biggest surprises? Their social lives are far more complex than expected. Because intelligence is not just about solving puzzles, it's also about relationships. And birds seem to understand that better than we once believed. Let's start with crows. Crows are known for being extremely intelligent, but their behavior in social groups reveals something even more fascinating. Scientists observed that certain crows consistently stayed close to specific individuals. They didn't randomly switch partners. They formed stable relationships. They shared food. They warned each other of danger. And in some cases, they even protected injured companions. Think about that. Helping another bird in the wild can reduce your own survival chances. So why do it? Researchers believe this is not random kindness. It may be the foundation of social bonding, a system that looks surprisingly similar to friendship. But crows are only the beginning. Parrots take this even further. In controlled studies, parrots were given choices between different companions. And instead of choosing randomly or based on strength or food access, they repeatedly chose the same individuals, again and again, almost like preference, almost like emotion. Even more interesting, when some parrots were separated from their preferred companions, they showed signs of stress and behavioral change, reduced activity, less vocalization, changed mood patterns. This suggests something powerful. Birds may form emotional attachments, not just social convenience, but real bonding. Now let's talk about ravens. Ravens don't just recognize other birds, they remember them for years. Scientists discovered that ravens can recall individual relationships long after interactions happen. They remember trust, and they remember betrayal. If another bird helped them in the past, they respond differently compared to a bird that caused harm. This means something incredible. Birds are not only living in the present, they are carrying social memory, and memory is the foundation of relationships. One of the most debated observations in bird behavior is what some researchers call crow gatherings around dead crows. When a crow dies, others often gather around the body. At first, scientists thought this was simple curiosity, but the behavior doesn't fully match that explanation. The birds remain unusually quiet. They observe, they stay longer than expected, and they appear highly alert. Some scientists believe this is a learning behavior, a way to understand danger, but others suggest something more complex might be happening. A response that resembles awareness of loss. We still don't fully understand it. But it raises a powerful question. Are birds capable of something closer to emotional processing? Modern neuroscience has revealed something surprising about bird brains. Despite their small size, birds like crows and parrots have extremely dense neuron structures. In some cases, their cognitive abilities rival primates. They can solve puzzles, use tools, recognize patterns, and adapt quickly to new challenges. But intelligence in nature is not just about survival tasks. It also supports social living. And in social systems, cooperation is everything. Because birds that cooperate survive better. They find food faster, they avoid predators more effectively, and they raise stronger offspring. Over time, cooperation can evolve into something deeper: consistency, preference, trust, and eventually, bonding. Now we come to the biggest question: do birds actually have best friends? Science cannot give a simple yes or no, but evidence suggests something very interesting. Birds do form long-term social preferences. They recognize individuals, they remember past interactions, and they behave differently depending on who they are with. That is not random behavior, that is structured social intelligence. Whether we call it friendship or something else, the behavior is real. And here's where things become even more fascinating. Some birds have been observed returning repeatedly to specific locations where they once interacted with others. Even when those companions are no longer present, they still return, they still linger, and they still behave differently in those places. Science explains this as memory-driven behavior, but emotionally, it looks like something more. It looks like attachment, and attachment is the foundation of emotional connection. So maybe the real question is not whether birds have best friends, but whether we are ready to understand intelligence in a broader way. Because intelligence is not only about solving problems, it is also about relationships, about memory, about trust, and about connection. And if birds truly form bonds the way evidence suggests, then the animal world is far more emotionally complex than we ever imagined, and we are only just beginning to understand it. If you enjoyed this journey into bird intelligence, make sure you subscribe to Bird IQ World for more deep dives into the hidden world of animal behavior. And if you found this topic interesting, leave a comment below. Do you think birds can truly have best friends? Or is it something else we don't yet understand? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want more amazing stories like this, don't forget to check out the next video on your screen. Until then, stay curious. See you in the next video.